This is the Vader Channel. Time now, 11 o'clock on this Friday night, July 25th, 2014 on a Friday night. Time now, follow one of my PJ with the late hour report.
6-year-old man.
Friday night, July 25th, 2014. Good evening, everybody. Our courage is 11 o'clock in North Massachusetts. Got a temperature of 68 degrees. Our temperature humidity is 76%. Wind speed southwest about 7 miles per hour. Barometer 20.99 inches. Tubular about 60 degrees and visibility of 10 miles. Okay, let's take a look at our radar scope, and it shows line of rain showers around eastern portions of Prince Edward Island. The line of rain showers from Stone, western Quebec down from eastern and western Ontario, and the line of rain showers went southwestern Ontario down on northern eastern Ohio and northeastern Ohio down for south central Ohio. And the line of rain showers in central and eastern portion of Georgia down for southern South Carolina, and the line of showers and storms off the North Carolina coastline. Spotty rain showers off the southern central portions of Florida, and line of rain showers and storms from west from the Florida Panhandle, stretching it down through Alabama, Mississippi, and northeast Louisiana Gulf Coast here. And a line of rain showers in north central UP, Michigan, and eastern UP, Michigan, and south central Ontario. And a line of rain showers from western Mexico down for the Far Corner region, down for western Nebraska, and down for west central South Dakota. And a line of rain showers in east central British Columbia, down for Alberta, down for southern Saskatchewan. West Liberty, Ohio. Good evening, 66 degrees with close skies. Good to zoom in on the Cleveland radar here.
Phone calls, assaulting a police officer, simple assault.
And we're seeing some steady bands of rain around the Cleveland area here and stretching down the Lake Erie here. Alright, let's take a look at our satellite loop here, and it shows.
But to say that he shouldn't have been out because he had those wouldn't fly.
And it shows.
And defense lawyer Mark Dana pointed.
It shows the line of clouds covering from Quebec down for Alberta, and then stretching down central Saskatchewan down for Manitoba, down for Alberta, down for British Columbia, and some smoke from the Canadian forest fires. It's coming down for the Great Lakes, and down for western New York, down for Pennsylvania, down for Virginia, down for Kentucky, and Tennessee. Line of clouds from Florida, stretching out for the Gulf States, and stretching out South Carolina, down to sea. Line of clouds from Mexico, covered down for Arizona, down for eastern California, Nevada, down for Utah, Colorado, down for southeastern Wyoming, down for western Kansas, down for Nebraska here. Alright, let's take a look at our map situation here.
As far as he could go.
And the stars is now
Station front from Nevada, stretching out for northern Utah, down for Wyoming.
in a previous case.
And a cold front from Wyoming, down for Colorado, stretching Kansas, stretching up in the northern plain states from Missouri for Iowa, down for Minnesota, and pink front down to Manitoba, and warm front from southeastern Manitoba, stretching in Ontario, down to off Wisconsin, down for Illinois, and station front from the Ozarks, down for Louisiana, and stretching down for the Gulf States and the North to sea here. High pressure in southwestern Colorado, central Alabama, and central Pennsylvania, and west central North Dakota, and eastern Washington state. For the fire from northwestern tip of California, not to sea. And we got low pressure in northeast Wyoming, southwestern Kansas, and southeastern Nebraska. 74 degrees at temperature in Boston, 36 in Washington, D.C. It's 81 in Atlanta, 85 in Miami, 83 in Brownsville, 94 in Dallas, Texas. It's 87 in Kansas City, 72 in Chicago, 70 in Minneapolis,
on Cranston Street.
93 in Albuquerque, 90 in Salt Lake City, 77 in Denver, 74 in Great Falls, Montana, 72 in Seattle, 75 in San Francisco, and 71 in Los Angeles. Here, current conditions around the region, it's 67 degrees in Bedford and Fitchburg and Beverly, 68 in Gloucester, 66 in Hayville, 74 in Boston, 66 in Worcester, 63 in Service, 66 in Webster, 70 in
Investigation tonight by 2 state offices.
Milford, 64 in Norwood, 68 in Taunton, 67 in Bedford, 68 in Plymouth, 64 in Plymouth and Martha's Vineyard, 68 in Chatham, 68 in Parmesan, 69 in Cape Cod Bay, 63 in Nantucket. It's 70 in Block Island, Wesley, 68 in Providence, 63 in Midfield, it's 64 in Springfield, 67 out in Amherst, 65 in Greenfield, 64 in Pittsfield, 61 in Amherst, and in North Adams, it's 68 out in Albany, New York, 16 in Bennington, Vermont, 57 in Brattleboro, Vermont, 61 in Keenan, Jefferson, New Hampshire, 63 in Concord, New Hampshire, 65 in Manchester, New Hampshire, 67 in Nashville, New Hampshire, it's 67 in Amesbury,
For business.
and Pottsville, New Hampshire, it's 70 in Windlock, 68 in Hartford, 65 in Meriden, 64 in Waterbury, 63 in Danbury, 72 in New Haven, Long Island, it's 74 in
ever having called me.
Bridgeport, 71 in Islip, 70 in Montauk, 73 out of New York City, and 67 in Boston Harbor. Here.
To build the Medicaid program and public.
Forecast this country around the country. Federal system to bring the federal flush flooded severe weather to push to the central and east of the United States. And it's seasonally cooler mass will move In and off central U.S. behind the cold front end. A rapid report to the upper level disturbance for mid-summer down into the northern plains from Canada on Saturday into this upper level disturbance. A surface low pressure system across the Midwest on Saturday reached the lower Great Lakes by Sunday. A portion of this part of the boundary becomes slow moving and stationary times across the central United States. And service of focus on shot defense of development and areas of focus shot defense of development are also tonight for the weekend. The majority of the disaster activity will take place from the south plains into the Midwest on Saturday and will shift eastward to the lower Great Lakes and central Appalachian Saturday night and Sunday morning. And some very thunderstorms will be possibly from the south plains to the Midwest Loire Valley on Saturday and extended eastward to the middle of on Sunday. For more information on severe weather, please refer to the corrected out podcast station about a storm prediction center. Flash flooding will be a possibly Saturday night and Sunday across portions of our valley and central Appalachia there.
With us. And the night team's Olivia Feck.
Elsewhere, morning little moisture will continue to bring gently scattered showers and thunderstorms to much of the southwest and portions of the central Rockies throughout the weekend. And moisture and unstable air mass will be also be resulting in scattered showers and thunderstorms across the Gulf Coast states. Prior to the cold front, temperatures will be generally remain above average from the southwest and the several plains states to the southeast and beyond the cold front. And the seasonally cool air mass will move in with high temperature on Sunday across the northern plains and the upper Midwest as much as 10 to 15 degrees below average. This unseasonal cool air mass is forecast to continue to spread to the southeast when beyond the cold front beyond the short range forecast period there. And forecast discussion in New England there.
Report and went home. The next morning, Howe, who's been
high pressure nearby will result in dry rebuildable weather into Saturday afternoon. Scattered showers and thunderstorms expected at times Sunday, but they would have returned of humidity out of the next cold front. The cold front moves offshore Tuesday with high pressure building and beyond. New trade with 6 a.m. Saturday morning. 10 p.m. update. Quiet weather thus evening with a weak shortwave wind over the northeast. Thus not much change under this forecast update. It's fairly comfortable evening with 2 points in the upper 50s and low 60s. This combined with light west-southwest winds and mainly clear skies will promote temperatures that fall steadily overnight with a minimum before sunrise in the mid to upper 50s. Outside the urban areas and a bit milder across the higher terrain given the winds will not decouple of this also includes the coastline and the urban areas the early discussion below. Here. Okay.
The iPad nowhere to be found. Howe's son was able to ping it from his iCloud account.
And we're gonna measure how much rainfall that we're gonna.
I was at his office. How activated Find My iPad
region we're gonna see.
To show me how accurate and easy it is to use.
That iPad is in that building.
For Sunday night, and I believe that West Virginia, Southern Ohio, and Indiana and Northern Kentucky will have the best chance of some flooding rains possible. And we get around up to 0.7 inches rain here in Boston, and we could see 1.45 inches with the rain circus. So
he's been charged with 1 count of receiving stolen goods, and that's a misdemeanor.
The best chance of heavy rain through Sunday night and Monday will be Central Indiana, including Indianapolis and Northern Kentucky, around Southern Ohio and Cincinnati, Columbus, and 2 inches of rain will be around West Virginia. So those areas are going to be having a chance of some flooding rains here.
Close to making an arrest. The painting missing during St. Mary's feast last weekend at the 39 West restaurant in Cranston. Surveillance video shows a woman sliding the painting.
And tomorrow.
We called the owner tonight to find out if there's an update, and he says since the story aired on NBC 10 last night, tips have been pouring in. He believes police will soon make an arrest. Now to the newest developments on the border.
And tomorrow's severe weather outlook we'll see from southeastern Nebraska to northeastern Kansas, stretch to the southern Iowa and northern Missouri, Nafu, Illinois, Indiana, Ohio, southern Michigan, and western Pennsylvania, and population centers with scare Chicago, Illinois, Indianapolis, Indiana, Columbus, Ohio, Kansas City, Missouri, and Cleveland, Ohio. Large hail, temperature winds, few tornadoes can't be ruled out.
19 children with sponsors, 325 in Connecticut, and 773 in Massachusetts. That all as of July 7th.
Elevated fire winds from southwest Wyoming and southeastern Montana and northwest of South Dakota. Here. Okay, let's take a look. What is brewing in the tropics? Here. Nothing brewing in the Atlantic. Eastern Pacific.
Pushback from the governors about that. They were just learning how the system's dealing with this.
11 p.m. update here shows tropical storm Genevieve.
This comes as President Obama and
11 p.m. reports 12.2 to the north, 136.1 to the west. And max the same winds by 45 miles per hour, moving west by 5 miles per hour.
fighting along the Gaza Strip. The Israeli military says a 12-hour humanitarian ceasefire in Gaza will start tomorrow morning. The military says in a statement that the lull will start at 8 a.m. Saturday and end at 8 p.m.
National Weather Hurricane Center issued advisories on tropical storm Genevieve located more than 1,000 miles east southeast of Hawaii and track activity yesterday with a westward movement area of low pressure centered at 1175 miles southwest of the southern tip of the Baja California Peninsula continues to become better organized. There will be a potential for tropical pressure to form during the next 3 so before. Upper level winds become less favorable for development. Formation chance for 4 hours, high 60%, and formation chance for 5 days, high 6%.
Guarded by troops until investigators.
Shaolin thunderstorm activity continued to become better organized in a district with a low pressure area located about 500 miles south of Venezuela, Mexico. Conditions appear to be favorable for additional development of tropical depression can form during the next day or two as the system moves west-northwest with about 10 to 15 miles per hour. Formation chance for 4 hours, high 6%, and formation chance for 5 days, high 70%.
What really caused
And there in the very low pressure is forecast to form well south of the southeastern Mexico late this weekend. Some gradual development of the system is possible limited at that time. Formation chance for 4 hours, low near 0% formation chance for 5 days.
closed captioning.
Low 20%.
Brought to you by
Public advisor should be issued on the WMO header.
I deliver it 7 days a week. Thank you for making NBC 10 News the most watched news.
Okay, let's take a look at
NBC.
tomorrow. Sunshine Saturday gives way to scattered showers. Thunderstorms Saturday night. Another pleasant day. Saturday and Saturday, partly mostly skies. High temperatures in the 80s with a breezy southwest wind. High remains low. And severe thunderstorm outlook Saturday night as a few strong storms possible late Saturday night with a brief heavy wind and gusty winds and heavy rain.
You trust.
Except for the coastal sections of Massachusetts, much Maine. General severe thunderstorm outlook risk from western Maine down for much of Vermont, New Hampshire, Massachusetts, Connecticut, Rhode Island, and down from much of New York, Pennsylvania, and New Jersey. Yeah.
Looks like the Garcia's got a new car.
What they get?
I don't know.
Sure doesn't look like a Buick.
And let's take a look at future cast here.
Take a fresh look at Buick. It just went.
Let's take a look at futures.
Buick, that's what I told him. Wow. This is nice.
And we're gonna start it off with some clouds here.
New Buick, where you can switch to Buick.
With clear skies. It's a starting morning for much of New England, and then by afternoon the clouds are gonna creep in with some rain showers popping up into the sky. Some may get it, some may not. So
Hashtag
tomorrow we will feature some clouds that we're gonna see
is a perfect time to upgrade to a sporty new city.
some spotted, some pop-up,
Cool
hit
standard
or miss showers and thunderstorms. Some may get it, some may not.
door compatibility. Call your mother.
So those of you around the region will be playing a game of dodging the spotting those showers on your radar. Okay, let's take a look at our view from the outside here. And it shows a clear night in store for tonight and a beautiful day on tap for Saturday. So we got weekend plans. Choose Saturday over Sunday for perfect outdoor activities, even though you need to get some sun clouds. And Sunday will not be a washout here. Just look out for some showers and storms as we are going to raise the humidity bar. Alright, let's take a look at a 7-day forecast. It goes like this. Start sleeping over 9 hours tonight. Patrick Fog after 5 a.m. watts. Most of the got low 58 degrees, a light southwest wind. Saturday in Patrick Fog before 8 a.m. watts. Most of the skies at 86 degrees, light south would have been covered in southwest by 9 to 14 miles per hour in the morning. Saturday night, Patrick Fog after 5 a.m. watts. Most of the got low 67 degrees and south would about 9 miles per gust size, 23 miles per hour. Sunday, chance of showers and thunderstorms. Patrick Fog before 8 a.m. watts. Most of the skies high to 82 degrees and south would about 9 to 13 miles per hour. Chance of precipitation 4%. New England months less than 7 checks about possible thunderstorms. Saturday night, chance of showers and thunderstorms. Punch about after 5 a.m. watts. Most of the skies got low 69 degrees and south would about 5 to 8 miles per hour. Chance of precipitation 50%. Monday, chance of showers and thunderstorms. Punch the skies at 82 degrees and chance of precipitation 50%. Monday night, chance of showers and thunderstorms. Most skies got low 66 degrees. Chance of precipitation 50%. Tuesday, chance of showers. Punch the skies at 38 degrees. Chance of precipitation 4%. Tuesday night, forecast got low 60 degrees. And Wednesday, punch the skies got 38 degrees. And Wednesday night, forecast got low 59 degrees. Thursday, punch the most of the skies got 80 degrees. Thursday night, forecast got low 60 degrees. And for Friday, most of the skies got 79 degrees. Here's what a phrase of the night.
Authorities say 3 people were inside the car.
Sunny morning on tap. with some few clouds and stars in the air.
With serious
Peter, Channel News Times now 11:14. Time now, a little travel report tonight in North and West through. A little slow. A mass bike westbound, an accident as you approach 395 and 290 in West through here. And 395 southbound, an accident in Oxford as you approach the Connecticut border here.
Was not hurt. New on the night team, a paperweight that looks like a grenade caused a bomb scare in Hartford, Connecticut.
And 495 southbound, also from Wilton down to Boxford, but a bus.
Salvation Army. The story
Smooth sailing on all the highways and byways of New England on this beautiful Friday night.
the item. And
Okay, time now for the Peter Channel News at 11:14 here. And top story is Jerusalem, where Israel agreed to halt its military offensive in Gaza for 12 hours starting on Saturday morning amid international efforts to seal a broader ceasefire deal. One of the new explosion of violence to the West Bank where
Video shot by a passenger in his seat
at least
police
6
tactical squad
Palestinians.
on the
As Israel and Hamas agreed to a 12-hour ceasefire, Prime Minister Benjamin Netanyahu agreed to 12-hour humanitarian pause to begin as possibly as early as Saturday morning, early Saturday. Hamas announced it would be abide by the 12-hour pause. Dead would the people are still believed to be trapped in a rebel and isolated villages along the jagged front line that runs the length of Gaza Strip, May 5 is Gaza.
one seat in front of the man.
President Holiday says no survivors will crash as the bad weather sees probably cause an Algeria crash. Update 5 EU European edged economic sanctions over Russia but narrow scope. As sanctions against technology likely to be excluded, that sanctions likely to appear on future contracts expire first and EU agrees for final agreement by Tuesday. Actors Kit Harington, Wills Leslie, and John Bradley attend HBO's Cable Force pedal and create the Comic-Con International 2014 at San Diego Convention Center. Another Massachusetts Superintendent caught plane director this time David Flashman of Newton North as several parts of Schmidt's July graduation speech were newly word copies of Patrick's address to Boston University graduates. John O'Brien, the former head of the Massachusetts Probation Department, was found guilty of 4 charges of mail fraud, 1 charge of rector and 1 charge of conspiracy to engage in rector turn.
He loved Canada.
wow, what a scary.
Beirut, Lebanon. Fighters from the extremist group of the Islamic State in Iraq and Syria killed at least 50 Syrian soldiers that took over parts of the base of
Storm drain culvert.
Friday and outside the northern Syrian city of Raqqa as a militant step in their attacks. President Obama beat at the White House and President Salvador Sanchez Sued of El Salvador left Otto Perez Molina of Guatemala and Juan Orlando Hernandez of
News. Team 10, Scary Larry, everybody working for the weekend.
Russia has
That old saying, well, weekend, yeah.
accused of the U.S. Launching a smear campaign over its alleged involvement in the conflict in Ukraine.
Cooperate sometimes.
The foreign ministry in Moscow said on Friday it rejects and defended public suggestion from the U.S. government.
It'll become a little
Washington, a top aide to President Obama, said it possible that Obama could be impeached by the Republican-controlled House of Representatives.
and brings
Long Beach, California, record control the Long Beach police in May arrested Andrea Miller and Gus Evans, the true suspect, center of robbery and fatal shooting.
to upper 70s and pretty uniform.
This week in Las Ritos, but released them 2 days later without filed charges.
Remark.
A third child has died after police say 2 car trucks were drove to find a crowd of people in North Philadelphia on Friday, striking 3 siblings that they were helping out of her.
68 right now. Look at that dew point. Still
Sell food with their mother.
pretty comfortable night going out there tonight. And look,
Amazon.com's Bezos spent its speed makes Amazon investors worry. LC Ace Greenberg, who invests for Bear Stearns, for a small boss shoved in fifth largest U.S. securities firm, never lost faith in his biggest vacancy, dead at the age of 86. Rupert Murdoch, 21st Century Fox Incorporated, is open to giving a Time Warner shares a shareholder seats on the board of the combined company should its $75 million takeover bid succeed. People familiar with the situation said.
and we will see some
Both the maker of high-end sound systems and headphones and Sued Beatso electronic soda patents use a noise-canceling technology.
this
Apple is still the top tablet vendor, but it's losing ground and he needs a new line to the growth as the market cools.
and into Sunday morning.
In entertainment news, anyone who has been worried about Daniel Radcliffe shedding his Harry Potter image will have now. Concerns washed away, or more accurately, they'll be scorched from the earth as its British actor throws a grisly American accent a pair of devilish.
This one back.
Former Doctor Who star Karen Gillan is denied movements that her Harry was donated to the new Star Wars film. The actress said
So where I'm sure
they shaved their head for a new role for Guardians of the Galaxy, sparking a new variety of internet rumors.
that's going to dip like this.
And on its impression of cooling down rumors, Zabakis, a newly discovered dinosaur from the Jurassic Period added feathers. Scientists revealed that a solar flare was fired from the Sunday on July 23, 2012, struck a planet platform. The CME Chronomax ejection plasma cloud did not strike the Earth, but ejected to the side.
Especially along the coast.
In health news, Aspen Pharmacare Holdings APN has grown stockpiles on unsold HIV/AIDS drugs in South African provinces delayed the provision of new 3-in-1 pills provided government in April last year. Rotational shifts tend to have weird hours. Various studies that have examined the relationship between health and work at different hours. And Branger and Gulam has thrown a counterpunch at British Medical Journal saying that it wants to have the record straight falling in terms of misleading statements that the public hears regarding the medication effects stuff.
So it means.
And let's take a look at Boston.com. Rays earned 6-4 win as the Red Sox pen implodes in the 7th. WES suspends Kirkman for 1 week. For sneaky import the Patriots at training camp. And despite what you think, Daryl Rivas gets butterflies. He'll shake them off. And that's going to be it for the Peter Channel News and the What a Minute Issue Report on this late night, Friday night, July 25th, 2014. P was a good night with a good positive. Be see you tomorrow morning. Good night and good morning with a good positive attitude, dear.